Happy Memorial Day, everybody, here in downtown Utica at Jimmy John's Field. It's USPBL Holiday Baseball. Today's game sponsor is Chief Financial Credit Union. Hello and welcome, everybody. My name is Brendan Shabath. That's Nick Matthews. Nick, get to celebrate the holiday with some baseball. No better way to do it.
Absolutely. Brought to you courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. The USPBL would love to thank all those that made the ultimate sacrifice by laying down their lives and giving us the gift that is baseball and America's pastime. We would not be here if you weren't protecting us. Thank you so much. And we have a beautiful day for baseball here, downtown Utica. Not a cloud in the zip code.
Yeah, very sunny skies, high 80s, mid 80s, a little blustery. No surprise here at Jimmy John's Field, though, but a fantastic day for some baseball. We thank you for joining us. Hope you're having fun grilling with the family, sitting outside. Maybe you've got your laptop, your phone, your TV out on the patio enjoying the day. But, Nick, we've got a great day of baseball today scheduled, and a little bit of a mix-up, a change-up today. As many of you know, the Eastside Diamond Hoppers star pitcher, their ace, Pierce Banks, was picked up by the Minnesota Twins 2 games ago. Middle of the game, that announcement was made. They caught him by surprise. He went out onto the field and was honored. But that causes an issue for Ryan Cockey and John Dombrowski, co-managers of the Diamond Hoppers. Banks was scheduled to start today. So what do? Zach Devin, formerly of the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers, the opponent today for the Diamond Hoppers, has a spot start today for Eastside.
That's right. He's getting the shot. He didn't even know it. Hey, you're going to get a new uniform. So Devin's going to get the start. Pierce Banks is now going to the Minnesota Twins affiliates. And we're going to love to see where he ends up. A Michigan boy, love to see it. Going up to the majors pretty soon, hopefully.
Yeah, Banks hailing from Adrian, Michigan. We'll keep you posted on where he lands in the Minnesota Twins organization. On the Beavers side, it's Eric Sandness today, a guy who we're excited to see. He's got a crazy life story, and he's found his way to the USPBL. Stands at 6'6". He's got 4 pitches that we're going to see today. A guy I'm excited for. I think you are too.
Absolutely. He's a tall glass of water, but he's got a lot of potential that he can show on the bump, and I'm really excited to see what else he can bring to this Beavers team. Speaking of this Beavers team, they got a couple outfielders with some speed.
Yeah, we'll see Travius Ford and Saywan Lawrence. Ford getting his first start today, a guy that I've been very high on early in the season. Excited to see arguably the fastest guy in the league. I talked to him today. He said, if I steal second, I'll make a promise with you I'm stealing third on the next pitch. I can't wait to see him get on base.
That's quite a statement. I love how it's predetermined, that he has that mindset of, I got confidence. I'm going to go out. I'm going to steal a base. Next pitch, I'm going to steal another base. I love the aggressiveness.
With that, let's take a look at today's starting lineups. Today we'll start with the away Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Juan Lopez Rios will lead things off for the Diamond Hoppers, playing second. Batting second and playing shortstop, Alex Pup. In the third hole, Blake Porter, who will play out in center today. Joe Burke, the powerful first baseman, is the cleanup hitter. Nick Kreitzer back in the lineup after a day off. He's batting fifth, playing DH. Chris De Los Santos over in the hot corner at third, batting sixth. Drew Byard out in left, batting seventh. Whit Hughes, the catcher, is eighth, and Griffin Schneider is ninth. They will be led, as we mentioned, by Zach Devin out on the bump. For the home team Beavers, leading things off, Tyler Fraley, the center fielder. Cameron Collette, the shortstop, bats second. In the third hole, Marcus Page, the second baseman, playing first and batting fourth. Cleanup, the big man from Gonzaga, Ryan Sullivan. Eric Whitfield behind the dish today for the Beavers, batting fifth. Nafi Mercedes bats sixth and plays third. Ray Peng getting the start today in the DH role. Travius Ford, as we mentioned, the speedy right fielder, bats eighth. And Saywan Lawrence, the speedy left fielder on the other side, bats ninth. So, Nick, we're going to see a few new things today. Zach Devin was the reason he's getting this spot start today. The last 2 games for the Beavers, he was scheduled to relieve their starting pitchers, Eric Sandness and Austin Shea. Both of those went for longer starts than they expected. Devin wasn't able to get in. They really want to get him some innings. He's going to start today. We haven't seen Jesse Galindo. We haven't seen other guys like Amani Godfrey. Zach Blankenship only has 1 start. So we should see some new faces on the mound today for the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers.
Absolutely. Godfrey and Galindo chomping at the bit to get their chance to show the USPBL what they have. Godfrey out of Southfield, Michigan, and Galindo out of Burbank, California. So a little bit of a mix here, both on the west side and in the Midwest. Love to see it, and I can't wait to see what they have to show the USPBL.
Well, stick around for more Memorial Day holiday baseball on the USPBL. It's coming right up.
I heard it, and I was like, that's going to happen this year, too.
I told him whatever day it was, and it's like the last possible day like I could work on. Companies are competing for talent like never before. With the complexities of handling tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and other HR functions, it's easy to see how a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions makes all the difference. Tryon empowers businesses of all sizes to attract and retain talent by offering access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Times are tough right now. It feels like the bottom of the ninth and we're down by 2. But we've seen tough times before. Our founders were forged from tough times. People that believed that maybe, just maybe, if people helped people, we could all rise up together. For 80 years, that's what we've done. While we can't tell you what's going to happen, we can tell you we are going to make it through this together. And when the dust settles, we'll still be here. Just like baseball has always been more than just a game, Chief Financial Credit Union is more than money. So it might be the bottom of the ninth, but we're the home team, and we've got runners on base. Batter up, America. It's time to play ball.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jimmy John's Field here in downtown Utica. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Brennan Shabath. Joining alongside me is Nick Matthews. Nick, we've got an exciting matchup today. We talked about in the pregame on the Beavers some new faces that we're going to see likely today in Jesse Galindo and Amani Godfrey. Same thing for the Diamond Hoppers as well. Michael DeSanti's going to try to get in there. Luke Drummond, another relief pitcher. Lenny Guizdala, Alex Leja, all guys looking to get some more innings. We do want to inform you, everybody listening, that today, just like yesterday, a 105 start is also going to be a 7-inning game. And yesterday, Nick, despite the 7-inning game we had, still went almost 2.5 hours, and that was probably due in large part to the huge 7-run inning that the Utica Unicorns had in the top of the 7th to close out that game with a 13-5 win.
Certainly a lot to fill in a 2.5-hour time span. 13 runs for the Utica Unicorns, an offensive battle between Mammoths and the Unicorns yesterday. It was bright, it was sunny, the balls were flying out of the park, many home runs were added to the stat book. But it's going to be the name of the game again today. A lot of people are going to be on the base paths, especially because, again, it's warm out, and the ball is going to be flying off the bats a lot faster, a lot quicker, and there's going to be a lot more guys going to be on base. So we're excited to see the combination of the speed that the Beavers lineup has, but also the relief pitchers that the Hoppers and the Beavers are going to both provide in this game today.
It was an abundance of home runs yesterday, 7 between the two teams. Just 1 for the Mammoths came from Dakota McFadden in the 6th inning, a solo shot over the left field wall. And that left field wall was important yesterday. It's going to be important today. The wind is more swirling today than it was yesterday. It had a huge roll yesterday, sent a lot of balls deeper into the outfield. Drew Galassi benefited from a center field shot that slowly glided towards the left center gap and got over the wall at about 400 feet. Dakota McFadden, Leandy Castro had a bomb over the left field wall as well. Ari Sakopoulos was the player of the game. He had back-to-back home runs and back-to-back at-bats in the 5th and the 7th. He had a huge shot in the 7th that really just kind of put things over the edge for the Unicorns, despite being up 11-5 already. He had a 2-run bomb, but they got up 11-5 thanks in large part to a newcomer, Eric Ramirez, out of Lenoir-Rhyne in North Carolina. Guy from Boston, came over to the United States from the Dominican Republic when he was younger. He had his first pro hit, his first pro home run, and it was a grand slam all in one, a huge swing of the bat in the top of the 7th. Go over the left field wall. Always fun to see things like that, especially for these guys making their debuts.
Absolutely. It's a good, just a good sight to see that you're making your professional debut. It's your first hit, your first home run, first Grand Slam of USPBL, but all in one. And that takes a lot of weight off of your shoulders to try to perform at the level that you know how to play at. And that's just a huge burden of relief that he has.
Leandy Castro yesterday also on the Unicorns had his first professional home run, an absolute bomb over the Chevy Pavilion in left. We'll see how much the wind is a factor today for some of the deep balls. It's blowing right now relatively straight out to center, swirling to the right center field wall. It'll be some trouble for some of the outfielders that we have today. Great, beautiful day for baseball, though. Another fantastic day. We had a great day yesterday, and today is another 85-degree day, a little bit windy, not a cloud, as you mentioned, in the zip code right now. It's absolutely a perfect day for baseball. The Tigers play today as well. They're going off at 110. They've played well.
They've been playing well.
Yeah, they've been 3 out of their last 4.
That's pretty good. Pretty good baseball. Excited to see what they have to provide against the Twins today. And I'm also even more excited to see what the Beavers and the Hoppers are doing today because, as like we said, the wind is blowing a little bit more and in the favor of the batters today. So we might be seeing some more home run blasts here at Jimmy John's Field.
It should be an exciting day. We'll have it when we come back from the break. Stick around. First pitch coming up here on the USPBL Network.
While credit cards help pay for everyday expenses, carrying a balance each month can be tough on your budget. Since interest rates compound daily, the amount you owe gets bigger and bigger each day the balance goes unpaid. A Green Path debt management program helps you regain control of your finances by lowering credit card interest rates, reducing your monthly payments, stopping late fees, improving overall financial health, paying off credit card debt in 5 years or less. Our caring certified counselors work with you to understand your financial picture and support you on the steps to get control of high-interest debt and achieve financial health. Call 844-572-5921 and get control of high-interest credit card debt today.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Times are tough right now. It feels like the bottom of the ninth and we're down by 2. But we've seen tough times before. Our founders were forged from tough times. People that believed that maybe, just maybe, if people helped people, we could all rise up together. For 80 years, that's what we've done. While we can't tell you what's going to happen, we can tell you we are going to make it through this together. dust settles, we'll still be here. Just like baseball has always been more than just a game, Chief Financial Credit Union is more than money. So it might be the bottom of the ninth, but we're the home team, and we've got runners on base. Batter up, America. It's time to play ball.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
Welcome back to downtown Utica, Jimmy John's Field for the USPBL game. We got the Eastside Diamond Hoppers and the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. The national anthem has been sang, a wonderful rendition by Brianna Steffen. The starting lineups are announced. We're ready to go here. First, let's take a look at our sponsors. Today's game is brought to you by Chief Financial Credit Union and the following: Ascension, Belfour Property Restoration, Budweiser, DTE Energy, Fifth Third Bank, Jarbcom, Jimmy John's, Macomb Community College, McLaren Macomb, Metro Detroit Chevy Dealers, Pepsi, Scott's, Valpak, and United Wholesale Mortgage. So we've talked a little bit about Eric Sandness and Zach Devin, our two pitchers for today. Let's take a look at the comparisons between them. Zach Devin, as we mentioned, hasn't gotten a start yet. Sandness has. He was able to get a relief appearance, actually, not a start. Was able to pick up the win, an ERA of 6, 3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 strikeout to 3 walks. So an okay appearance for him, but this is our first chance to see him out there to start this game. A guy who's got a lot of potential, very excited to see. We talked about his life story. Pitched for a couple years back in 2014 and 2015 with Burlington in the Appalachian League, and then was diagnosed with cancer. Had to spend many years away from baseball. He's the oldest player in the league right now at 27 years old. The standard league limit in the USPBL is 26, but they made the exception for Eric, and he's very grateful to be here. I spoke with him pregame, and he's a very humble, very nice, amazing young man, and I'm excited to see what he can do today.
It's a tremendous story. Like you said, he's a true great warrior. He's the kind of blue-collared worker that always is up for the grind, is always up for the next challenge. What's the next thing in life? All right, I can come at you. I can come at you with my curveball now, and I can throw life something its way. And I love it.
Juan Lopez Rios leading things off for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. First pitch at 104 is high and inside for ball 1. Lopez Rios, 2 for 7 on the year, had a home run in the last game for the Diamond Hoppers. Hits this one to short. It's going to be fielded at third by Mercedes. Throw over to first. Easy catch for Sullivan for out number 1. Let's take a look at the defense behind Sandness for the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. Outfield left to right, Saywan Lawrence, Tyler Fraley, Travius Ford, 3 guys who are going to be speedy on the base paths today for the Beavers. Left to right in the infield, Naphew Mercedes at third, Cameron Collette at short, Marcus Page at second, Ryan Sullivan at first, Sandness on the bump, and Eric Whitfield is behind the plate today for the Beavers. Brings up Alex Pup.
Pup, one of the big hitters for the Hoppers, and delivers a shot to center field. Pup leading the team in most offensive categories this season. He's hitting .583, and he's just adding to his stat book now.
That makes him 8 for 13 on the year with the first pitch single to center. Pup 1 for 1 on stolen base attempts this year. The lefty, Blake Porter, steps in. Porter had the first home run of the 2022 USPBL season on opening day. Hit one the opposite way over the left field wall. Cuts on and misses behind 0-1.
The left field wall is definitely being utilized, at least, by both lefties and righties this season at that 315 short porch over there. And Sandness makes a quick move over to first.
Almost got Pup. Pup is somebody who can run for sure, like we talked about. 1 for 1 early in the season. Wind swirling in the outfield right now. Chopped foul by Porter. Quickly behind 0-2. So again, we want to mention this is just a 7-inning game today. Great uniform game. We've got the Beavers in the home whites with the pinstripes, the Diamond Hoppers, the gray pants, and those lovely black jerseys with the neon green and orange lettering and logos.
It's got to be hot in those.
Another foul back by Porter.
Sun blazing at 83 degrees right now in downtown Utica. In terms of body heat, the Beavers fared today, being the home team wearing all white.
Good crowd here to start the game. Here in the top of the first. The swing and a miss from Porter. First strikeout of the day for Eric Sandness. Second of the season. So now with 2 down, that brings up the powerful first baseman, righty batter Joe Burke. Burke has struggled a little bit to start this year. It's early in the season. He's 2 for 11, 1 RBI, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts as well.
Burke's showing a lot of potential, though. He's got a big frame, and he has a lot of power behind his swing. See if he can drive one to one of the gaps and hopefully move up. Pop on first.
Checks the swing. That ball is high for ball 1 at 89, a fastball. Sandness said his fastball in his last start, which was a non-public game, was in the mid-80s and was struggling with velocity. He said he was hoping to get it to low 90s today. That one's in there at 87. 2-0 on Burke.
He is showing a lot of elevation, different levels, especially against Porter in that last at-bat. He changed the levels, and even if he doesn't reach that low 90s, he can still be effective today. Here's a pop-up.
This one's popped up in the infield. Calling everybody off is Cameron Collette. He'll back up a few steps and make the catch for out number 3.
That's it for the Hoppers in the first inning. They go scoreless. We played a half of an inning.
So a good inning for Eric Sandness. Gets a strikeout, a ground out, and a pop out. So now it's time for our thrifty florist sweetheart of the game, JJ the dog, going out there and bringing some flowers to a lucky fan. Carrie gets a lovely bouquet of flowers. JJ picked out a nice one there. Those are great looking.
Well, might be able to go home and plant those now, Carrie. It's Memorial Weekend. So traditionally, that means we might be safe from the S word. And a lot of sunshine and summer is to come now.
Yeah. Now time for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Facts. The average American will eat 35,000 cookies in their lifetime. I think for me, you got to double that.
What kind of cookie guy are you?
Big chocolate chip.
I love
couple frosting sugar cookies. Second fact, there are 119 grooves on a quarter. I would have guessed like 50.
Wow. That many?
That's more than I would have thought. Our final fact, if you keep a goldfish in a dark room, it will eventually turn white. I wouldn't have known that. That's, if I don't have a fish, but if I were to get one, I don't think I'd keep it in a dark room.
This raises a question. Who actually tested that theory out?
Who found that out? Someone had to find that out by accident, right? Zach Devin now on the bump. As we mentioned, getting his first start for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Again, we want to reiterate, Devin is usually on the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers, his opponents today, but because of Pierce Banks getting called up to the Minnesota Twins and signing with them. The Diamond Hoppers needed a starter. Devin wasn't able to get a start yet for the Beavers, so this is just a spot start. He is still on the Beavers and will be for the remainder of the season. Just for today's game, he will be on the bump in the orange and green for the Hoppers.
I'm not sure he's going to mind anyway. He's getting some extra reps, and that's what this league is about, just getting your reps and getting some exposure for some affiliates might be able to pick you up.
Devin's got a fastball, slider, curve, and changeup four-pitch repertoire. Spent 2 seasons at Spring Arbor University in the NAIA. Last year played for 2 different teams in indie ball, played in the Pecos League at Bakersfield for a little bit, and then was on the West Side Woolly Mammoths here in the USPBL last season. Had a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio and rate. 9.2 strikeouts per 9, 4.5 walks per 9, trying to improve those numbers here. Guy who's going to throw mid-80s with that fastball, maybe touch up 88, 89 on the upper 80s. It'll be Tyler Fraley, the center fielder, leading off for the Beavers.
Leading off for the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers, the center fielder, number 9, Tyler Fraley.
Tyler Fraley from the Beavers is the RBI leader so far this season. He's already picked up 3 of them and hitting 286.
2 walks, no strikeouts as well. 2 for 7 on the year so far in the early going. Fraley, a 25-year-old native of Midlothian, Texas. Spent a season in the at Alpine in the Pecos League back in 2021. First pitch to short. Pup feels the slow roller. Quick throw over to first. Burke has to spread, and he's there. A nice sprawling catch by Joe Burke. Pup fielded it quickly and out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Making quick work.
Take a look at the defense behind Zach Devin for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Left to right in the outfield. Drew Bayer, Blake Porter, Griffin Schneider over and right. Chris De Los Santos at third. Alex Pupp, as we just saw, at short. Juan Lopez Rios at second today. Joe Burke, the first baseman. Devin on the bump. And Whit Hughes, the catcher from St. Clair Community College, behind the plate. Swing and a miss, or swing and a foul tip by Cameron Collette. Collette's 5 for 7 to start this year. An RBI, a walk, a strikeout, and a stolen base.
Off to a very quick offensive start for Collette this season. See if he keeps adding to it.
This one's outside in the left-handed batter's box at 77, ball 1. Wind straight out to center right now. Center fielder Porter is shaded a few steps left of the second base bag. The 1-1 low and outside again. It's a fastball, tried to go down and away. Devin missed it a little bit. Collette now ahead 2-1. Two one cut on and missed.
Good hack. He was aiming towards that left center gap over by the K&W and the Scots. Let's go to the yard sign.
Schneider and right is shaded a little bit left as well. Everybody, all 3 outfielders are shaded left. That left center gap, like you mentioned, is a little bit more than that right center one, a little bit bigger. That one's fouled away. Count stays at 2-2.
Looks like Drew Bayard out there in left field is straddling that warning track. As we saw yesterday, there was a few shots out that way that ended up on the warning track. The ball was carrying out of here.
7 total home runs in the game yesterday. That off speed is high. And Collette works the count full. One down. The 3-2. Collette hits this one to right. Schneider slides over and now comes in. And out number 2 for the Diamond Hoppers.
Routine play for Griffin Schneider out there in right field. And that'll bring up Marcus Page.
Page, a 24-year-old out of Las Vegas, Nevada. So far, 1 for 6 this season. Had 3 really good seasons at Northwest Oklahoma State in the Great American Conference. Hit above 300, a 996 OPS, 25 home runs, 85 RBIs as well. Very talented guy. Looking to showcase his skills early this season.
Some good numbers. You can see why they want him at the 3 spot here in the lineup to try to get some base knocks, drive in some runs for the Beavers this season.
That off-speed pitch misses 1-0. Page fouls this one off the mask of Hughes. Page stands in on the 1-1. Devin works the first base side of the rubber. The pitch. Outside for ball 2.
Let's bring that in just a touch. Be right over the heart of the plate.
Two down for Devin. Page hits this one to short. Pup dives, gets up, throw to first, is in. No, not in time. It was there, but Burke couldn't get the scoop catch over to his right. And Marcus Page reaches on an infield single.
That's a good play over there from Alex Pup. Even though the outcome isn't what he wanted, he still made a diving play on one knee, making a half-decent throw over to first. Burke had a stretch for now 2 balls in this inning, but again, that was a tough scoop for him.
So with the infield single from Page, that brings up the big man, Ryan Sullivan. 3 seasons at Gonzaga, stands at 6'5", 250, just towering in that batter's box. Dealt with a little bit of a hamstring issue. Getting the start today at first. Looks at a strike one, didn't love that call. We encourage you to chime in on Facebook and YouTube. Dave Bird and Roddy Thomas wishing everybody a happy Memorial Day. Roddy says, let's go Hoppers. Mia Bishop-Jones says, that's my son. He's built Ford tough, referring to Travius Ford from our pregame show. We thank you very much for tuning in. Page says, let's go Hoppers.
Looks like the first basemans are back at it again. Burke and Sullivan playing the tic-tac-toe game out there right behind the first base bag.
Our very own Jeremy Otto, your usual play-by-play voice of the USPBL, says hi on Facebook. My Aunt Jackie White, says hello to me. B Dizzle, my childhood nickname.
All right. Why were you called B Dizzle?
You know, it was something my Uncle Larry, her husband actually, always said when I was younger, and it's stuck around in my family.
I love it. That's awesome.
Melissa Andrews says, let's go Zach Devin. He's facing a 1-1 count right now, 2-1 actually. That one's outside now for ball 3. Sullivan so far this season, 1 for 6. 1 RBI and a strikeout as well. The 3-1 fouled away. Sullivan hit a home run off the scoreboard in a spring training game earlier this season for the Beavers. That's a long ways out there in center.
I remember that base knock. That was a towering ball. That was against the Mammoths in a rare 3-2 loss. The exhibition. Here's
This
a
one's
short.
hit to Pup again. He's busy over there at short, but this time he's able to field fine and make the throw over to first for out number 3. 1 inning played, nothing for the Hoppers, nothing for the Beavers. We'll be right back with the second inning here on the USPBL Network.
I'm all in with HR and Organizational Development Council.
I'm all in with Marketing and Business Development Council.
I'm all in with Operations and Member Experience Council.
I'm all in with CEO Council.
I'm all in with Lending Council.
I'm all in with CFO Council.
I'm all in with Technology Council.
Our credit union is all in with CUNA Councils.
They call me Prospects. Since the day I was born as a diver's watch, the challengers of the world have taught me many things. Life is not a numbers game. It's about challenging ourselves. No matter what happens, just follow your heart. These pioneers drive our generation forward, not by setting records, but by never giving up. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Available at Lucido Fine Jewelry.
Times are tough right now. It feels like the bottom of the ninth and we're down by 2. But we've seen tough times before. And just like baseball has always been more than just a game, Chief Financial Credit Union is more than money. So it might be the bottom of the ninth, but we're the home team, and we've got runners on base. Batter up, America. It's time to play ball.
Eric Whitfield back out for inning number 2. He'll face the 5-6-7 hitters Kreitzer, De Los Santos, and Bayard for the Diamond Hoppers. Nick Kreitzer had the day off yesterday. Day off on Saturday, the last game for the Diamond Hoppers. Did have one pinch hit appearance, struck out in that appearance. Talked with Ryan Kotke a little bit, said Kreitzer just needed a few days off to relax and kind of reset his mind, get back into a good frame of mind and grow that confidence a little bit at the dish.
Baseball is a very mindset-oriented game. If you're thinking too much, sometimes that can be a little over-analytical and get in the way of you just performing and going out and doing what you're supposed to do. And having a couple days rest can certainly be a cure to that.
Lefty-righty matchup here for the designated hitter from Westminster, Colorado. The windup and pitch is fouled away. Kreitzer last season in the USPBL with the Hoppers hit for .215, a .561 OPS, 0 home runs, 8 RBIs, 10 walks. He has a lot of power. He's just been working on his timing as this one's hit to Page at second, a good backhanded grab, and the throw to Sullivan at first for the out.
Good piece of hitting there. Good glove, though, over at the second base spot. Marcus Page having some speed and covering some ground over there. Normally that would have gone through, but having a glove and some legs over there at second really does help the Beavers' defense.
Now the third baseman, De Los Santos, at the plate. Sandus will face 2 lefties in this inning. Bayard is a lefty after De Los Santos. He flies this one out. Ford coming in, Page going back. Ford reaching behind his head. Came in a little bit too far, but he makes the grab.
Wow. Maybe some miscommunication there, but that is definitely the right fielder's ball to come in and charge that.
Well, we've talked about Travius Ford's speed, and he almost overran that one a little bit, but nonetheless, it's out number 2.
Marcus Page, again, showing off his legs and being able to possibly get that ball,
He got
too.
back there quickly. So now, as we mentioned, it's the lefty Drew Bayard. Bayard still looking for his first hit as a professional. One's low at 87 for ball 1. Fraley in center is shaded 5 or 6 steps to the right of the second base bag. As Bayard cuts on and misses for strike 1. The 1-1. Outside 2-1. Catcher Whitfield behind the dish. You can see sets up with that knee down. Our umpire today in between Whitfield and the batter when that pitch comes in. You drop that knee. Hides the bottom of that strike zone there. Maybe get some low pitches more often. Gets that one right there.
Yeah. Good movement. looks like that curveball that we're going to be seeing. Sandness has, of course, the curveball, the changeup, 2-seam and a 4-seam.
2-2. Popped him up. Whitfield doesn't ditch the mask, going back to the corner, but it gets over into the grandstands.
There's a lucky fan.
As we mentioned, a few people out here enjoying the Memorial Day sun. That one was donated to a young lucky lady.
That definitely made her weekend.
The 2-2 again. Chop to Sullivan at first. Sandness will run over in field. So 3 up and 3 down for Eric Sandness and the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. When we come back, it'll be those Beavers in the bottom of the second.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Make your move with a quick and easy mortgage from Genesis Credit Union. We have mortgages to fit your life. Genesis Credit Union. Visit us today.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
Back here on the USPBL Network, Nick Matthews, Brendan Shabath bringing you some Memorial Day baseball as Zach Devon heads out to the bump for his second inning of this start.
So far, it's been a pretty clean game, both defensively and just taking some quality at bats and putting the ball in play, making the defenses work.
Devon's scheduled to have about 60 pitches in this game. As we mentioned, there are quite a few relievers, 4 ideally, that the Diamond Hoppers would like to get to, but with just a 7-inning game, that's going to be difficult. It's understood that for the Beavers, James Crick, their closer, big guy standing at 6'4", throws hard. He's going to throw today. Galindo will be the first out of the pen for the Beavers. DeSanti likely the first out of the pen for the Hoppers. But Devon's got to work a second inning here. He'll face Whitfield, Mercedes, and Pang. We'll start with Eric Whitfield, the catcher. Whitfield comes from Menlo College in the NAIA. 11 RBIs, 291 average in his 2 seasons there.
Out of Millbrae, California.
Feels like a California day today, huh?
It definitely does. All we need is a little bit of coastline. We got plenty of that.
That one finds the outside of the zone, right on the black for strike 1. Count is even at 1 apiece.
Speaking of coastline, I think I saw a stat somewhere. I think Michigan has more coastline than California.
I believe it, all the way around the mitten. The 1-1 bloop single into right field for Whitfield.
There goes JJ.
JJ, the field general, putting in his work. So he can get paid.
Such a very good boy. He had a great day yesterday. Had plenty of friends out here for Bark in the Park. We had quite a few Barkers yesterday. Some on the lawn out there in right. Many had their tickets over in the Chevy Pavilion and left. Jeremy and I were speculating whether any of those dogs went and chased some of the home run balls that went over there.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Most baseballs go to fans. Those might have been in a dog's mouth. This one to third. De Los Santos boots it. The throw to first is wide, so everybody's safe. Looks like what could have been a textbook double play might be ruled an error for De Los Santos.
A tough hop for De Los Santos to get it from the start. Snuck up on him, took a wicked googly up towards his chest. It's difficult to transition the glove from facing up to down and then get the transfer clean over to first.
So now 2 on and nobody out for the designated hitter, Ray Peng. Peng 0 for 2, just 2 plate appearances this season so far. One of those is a strikeout. Comes from Norcross, Georgia. 23 years old, on the younger side of the spectrum in this league. Deep in that batter's box as Devin works the first base side. The 0-1 in there for strike 2.
Good location. Definitely to try to jam him, try to turn 2 and get some outs here. With a runner in scoring position, this is not the ideal scenario for Devin.
Quickly ahead in the count, though. The 0-2 is in the dirt for ball 1. Hughes grabs it before any runners can advance.
It's a good eye by Peng to not chase on what was a quick 0-2 count. Not give up any free, easy pitches for Devin.
Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers threatening here early. The 1-2 is high, count as even. 2 on and nobody out. Eric Whitfield reached on a single to right over the head of second baseman Juan Lopez Rios, and Mercedes had a grounder to third. Not sure if it was ruled an error yet, but that's how we have 2 runners on now. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Ray Peng. And the first K of the day for Zach Devin. First K of the season for him as well.
I think that would be ruled as an E5 over there for De Los Santos.
That brings up the speedster Travius Ford, his first at-bat of the year. Ford from Greenville, North Carolina. Played 2 seasons at Post College in the Central Atlantic Collegiate Conference and 1 at Barton in the Conference Carolinas. In his 3 college seasons, hit .341 average, a plus 1,000 OPS, 49 RBIs, had 29 stolen bases, was caught stealing twice.
Wow. It's impressive.
Swings and misses on the 1-0.
I believe that's a 90% success rate. Yep, 93.5% on the base pass.
Runners go. No throw down to third. Swing and a miss for Ford.
And now we got runners on the corners. Whitfield with a stolen base.
So Whitfield with the stolen base at third. Mercedes decided to stay at first. Looked like they might have had the hit and run on there, and Ford just missed it. Now with a 1-2. Runners at the corners, only 1 out. Ford with that statue-esque stance. Now runner goes to second. Ford hits a grounder. This should score the run. The throw home. No, Hughes is going to make the tag. A nice heads-up play at third there by Chris De Los Santos to stop the run. Whitfield didn't have to go. He could have just waited. Mercedes made it down to second on the hit and run. Ford is safe at first on the fielder's choice.
De Los Santos had a clean transfer that time and with an easy play at home.
And now it's Saywan Lawrence. Initial offering, Lawrence turns out of the way, inside for ball 1. Lawrence 3 seasons at Florida A&M, .284 average. Another guy, you want another stolen bases stat?
Yes.
25 bases caught stealing once.
Wow, that's even better.
Josh Hines, the assistant manager for this Beavers team, talked about in spring training that a lot of these guys, they're not even going to have signs out there. They're just going to be able to go when they want.
Well, with a success rate like that, absolutely.
Lawrence pops this up. Hughes sliding over, makes the catch at the last second. So the Beavers threaten, but Devin gets out of a jam. As we head to the top of the third here on the USPBL Network, zeros all around.
Why are all these business owners smiling? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with one of the nation's top professional employer organizations provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and Tryon's team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We joined Green Path and instantly felt a support around us.
They developed a plan on paper, and this is how we're going to do it.
The plan that they gave me was something that was sustainable. It was something I could do. It was actually lowering my payments monthly by hundreds of dollars.
Choosing Green Path is a no-brainer.
Nothing here on Memorial Day from Jimmy John's Field in downtown Utica. Thank you so much for joining us. Eric Sandus heads out for inning number 3 for the Beavers. Sandus is pretty much going to go today as deep as he can. The expected pitch count is around 80 to 85. They're not going to pull him until they feel it's necessary. Facing Whit Hughes, Griffin Schneider, and then the top of the order with Juan Lopez Rios. Hughes just had that catch in foul territory for the third out.
Impressive play behind the dish, especially because he was drifting or shying away from the ball.
2 for 7 so far this year with 3 Ks for Hughes. Kind of checked his swing there, but definitely went too far for strike 1. Sandus, that slow windup, baits another swing from Hughes.
Hughes just got not too much speed on that transfer.
That high up and in fastball can goad a lot of hitters into a swing. The 0-2 is low, 87 down below the zone. The 1-2, fastball blew it by him. Excuse me, that was the changeup, the off speed at 80. Gets a strikeout for Sandus.
Whit Hughes just didn't look too comfortable up at the plate appearance. Didn't have the timing quite down.
Second K of the day for Eric Sandus. Both of them swinging brings up Griffin Schneider.
Schneider, the right fielder for the Hoppers today.
Hits this one quickly through the gap between Collette and Mercedes. First pitch single for Schneider, his first hit of the year.
Get a pitch you like, you just take it.
Stepping up aggressively, and the order flips over to Juan Lopez Rios.
Juan Lopez Rios having a year already to start it off. He's hitting .714 for slugging.
Not bad numbers there. He's got 2 walks, an RBI, a homer. 0 for 2 on stolen base attempts. That's due in large part to Duncan Hewitt, the catcher for the Utica Unicorns. Threw him out twice on opening day. Pickoff throw to Schneider is not in time. Sandus clearly showing a focus on limiting the base runners on this Diamond Hoppers team, limiting the speed. First pitch inside edge of the zone for strike one.
He knows that they're going to be moving on the base pass, and he just wants to be a little stingier, keep them in check, keep them in line, knowing that they will be on the move a lot today.
The 0-1. Over the head of Whitfield, he gloves it, but Schneider will advance down to second on the wild pitch.
Lopez Rios grounded out in his last at bat. Now he's got a runner on second with one out.
Pops this one up. Is it going to stay in play? Whitfield going back, circling, tracking, dropped it. Hit him right in the glove. He had to glare up into the sun and couldn't come down with it.
As time progresses in this afternoon, the sun is definitely getting hotter. See if it plays a role in the Hoppers here. Wearing the black uniforms definitely is not very cool for them.
Not a cloud in the sky today. The 1-2 to Lopez Rios and a swing and a miss. So despite the dropped foul ball, it's a strikeout. Third of the game, second of the inning for Eric Sandness. Alex Pup, who singled back in the first. Comes up for his second at bat.
Now, if you're a Hoppers fan, this is the guy that you want at the dish. Certainly been the hot bat so far this season. Hopefully he can drive in Schneider out there on second base.
An early average of almost 600 this year, 8 for 13. First runner in scoring position today for the Diamond Hoppers. Schneider got down there on the wild pitch in the last at bat. Has a healthy lead at second. Pup looks at a ball one. The 1-0 to Pup. Little blooper to Page. He's going to easily grab this one for out number 3 of the inning.
And the threat is done.
In the third inning without scoring, we played 2.5. It's still the Hoppers nothing, the Beavers nothing.
That's your 5th third out of the game. Brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. 15th out.
Presented by Michigan First Credit Union. It's learned that it never hurts to get in good with the umpire, especially on a warm day like today. A little water.
And now it's time for JJ the Field General, but right now he's JJ the Water Boy. Bringing some refreshments out there to our field umpires today.
He's definitely going to need it. Sun's blaring out there.
Like today. JJ needs some water too. Where's his bowl? Get him a bowl of water too. He needs some. Fantastically well-trained, good boy JJ is. Usually is now when we would have our DTE Kid Race the mascots. It looks like both the mascot and the kids are taking a day off today. Well deserved. They've been busy out there on the base paths usually in the middle of the third on all the games we've had so far this year. Taking the holiday off, that's what it is.
There it is. Utica is slowly heating up. Downtown is 86 degrees and 41% humidity with 15-mile-an-hour winds. You can see it out there in the trees blowing in left field and the flags whistling out there.
Yeah. JJ getting some Frisbee action in. Checking in on the YouTube, Shane Salmon says, hey, guys, you are great listening to you guys at work. Thanks, Shane. Really appreciate that. Jason, a friend of mine, I believe, from Michigan State, says Brendan equals GOAT. I appreciate that very much. Roddy says, let's go, Drew Bayard, and congratulated him on that good hit. Ron Devon said, Mom and Dad under the weather, but watching from home. Go, Zach Devon. We're so proud of you. Well, Mom and Dad, sorry to hear that you guys are under the weather, but your son's enjoying the nice weather here and playing well so far. Tim Mott says, go, Zach, as well. Nigel, let's go, Zach. Great strikeout, boy. Paige says, I'm going to go with the Hoppers to score the first run of the game. Was cheering on Whit Hughes in his last at-bat. Ben Kosmalski says, hello from K-Pack. Scott Nathanson on Facebook says, send my best regards to the Diamond Hopper skipper Paul Nochi. This is coming from Scott Nathanson. Paul Nochi is actually no longer the manager of the Diamond Hoppers. He has switched into a much larger role here at the USPBL in a player development spot. Our main player developer this year.
Great guy, Paul Nochi. Zach Devon now to face Tyler Fraley. Cameron Collette and Marcus Page due up here in the bottom of the third.
The 1-2-3 hitters for the Beavers. Fraley grounded out to short his first time up. He's ahead 2-0 here. That one's inside, 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. Heart of the zone for a strike. Fraley let it go all the way. No surprise there.
One of two things can happen on that. The pitcher throws a missile right down the heart of the plate on a 3-0 count. And do you let it go by, or do you take a shot back up the middle into center field for a base hit?
Right back up the path to the mound for an easy base hit for Tyler Fraley.
Well, there's some batters in this league that will take that 3-0 pitch and have the green light and just swing away. Understandable, because this is a developmental league. If you get a pitch that you like, man, take it.
Fraley on first now with one out, brings up Cameron Collette. Collette, a hot start to this year, 5 for 8.
Modest lead over there for Tyler Fraley.
That ball's in the dirt. Goes right under Hughes. Fraley stays at first, though. Fraley's a guy who we think can steal a little bit. He's got caught stealing once this year. Has only tried it once as well. Cameron Collette at the plate. Spent his 2018 college season at Marshall. At a .225 average. Couple RBIs, couple walks. 13 strikeouts. Devon steps off the rubber and looks Fraley back to first. Burke waits on the inside of the bag in case Devon decides to throw over. The 1-0 pitch. Hit to Pup, diving, it's over his glove. And that's going to be back-to-back singles to lead things off for the Beavers here in the bottom of the third.
Just out of the reach of Alex Pup. Making a lot of diving plays over there. Certainly is laying out, putting on the effort.
Now Marcus Page. Beavers came into this inning with only 2 hits so far. He had one of those back in the first. A grounder that got through it short. That one's way wide. Hughes makes a diving grab. A nice play there.
That could easily have been a second and third base situation.
We've seen quite a few passed balls this year lead to more than one base runner actually getting to advance. We saw John Hodo yesterday for the Unicorns, and what looked like was going to be a very important run. The Unicorns were only up 1 run in the top of the 7th, which was the last inning. Hodo came in and pinch ran as that pitch is outside for ball 2. He pinch ran for the Unicorns and on a wild pitch, a dropped ball in the second pitch of the at-bat, got down to second. Next Pitch was a base hit, and Hodo was able to score an insurance run. It ended up being one of 7 runs that came in that inning, and the game was essentially over. Fraley goes down at second. The throw down to third is in time. Wow. A nice throw by Hughes. Very talented behind the dish. We know what he can do. He's got a cannon for an arm, and he shows it off there. Fraley's caught at third.
That was an absolute missile behind the dish. But like you said, John Hodo, if he wouldn't have done that, that might have not been so much damage towards the Mammoths' defense. John Hodo, that one little thing, turned the table, actually like just opened up floodgates for all these runs that came in afterwards.
Swing and a miss for Page. Evens the count. Collette stayed at first on the throw down to third. Didn't attempt for second. So Fraley, a guy with speed that we certainly know, is now 0 for 2 this year on stolen base attempts. And now there goes Collette. Swing and a miss for Page. Hughes didn't have a good transfer. No throw down to second, but a strikeout for Marcus Page. Second strikeout of the game for Zach Devon.
Next up, the first baseman, number 2, Ryan Sullivan.
Here comes the power hitter, Ryan Sullivan.
Collette gets a stolen base, shows off his speed. Adds another one for the Beavers total. I believe they're up to 5 or 6 now.
It is the 5th stolen base of the year for the Beavers. Hughes lets that one pop out of the glove. It was a slider up in the zone. Sullivan took it for ball 1.
Two away here in the bottom of the third. Runner on second for Sullivan.
The 1-0 is outside again. 2-0. Not a guy you want to give the hitter's count to. Sullivan certainly will have a green light ahead in the count at all. Is some action in the Hoppers bullpen. Not exactly warming up, but movement. Like we said, the Hoppers have a lot of guys they want to get to today. Sullivan thought about going. Instead looks at ball 3. Like we've mentioned, 4 relief pitchers, 5 total that the Hoppers would like to see throw today. And with only a 7-inning game,
that might be a little difficult.
Hurts their chances of doing that. Michael DeSanti is going to be first out of the pen for the Hoppers whenever Ryan Kotke and John Dombrowski deem that as necessary. Actually, I wonder who makes that decision with Devin being from the Beavers just for today. If it's Von Joshua. It might be Mitch Akers, our pitching coordinator in the USPBL, who decides when Devin comes out. Von Joshua, the manager of the Beavers. Sullivan powers this one foul down the third baseline.
Jumped on that real quick.
Count now full. The payoff pitch to Sullivan. Swing and a miss. He fell for the off-speed. Curveball breaking away, and that's out number 3. Devin ends the inning with back-to-back strikeouts. Another threat from the Beavers, and another closed door in the face from Zach Devin. We head to the top of a 4th. 0-0 here from Jimmy John's Field on the USPBL Network.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
We're for people, the pioneers, the underdogs, the players, and the slow and steadies. We're for people, for who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money, but that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it, because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
It's time for the top of the fourth here. Eric Sandus goes back out to start his fourth inning. As we mentioned, we'll see Sandus probably till about the sixth, maybe even the seventh, if he's feeling it. He's pitched well so far. 3 strikeouts, only 1 hit allowed. The first hit of the game for the Hoppers. 2 hits allowed. Came last inning.
Yep. Sandus cruising right along. Will face Porter, Burke, and Kreitzer this inning.
Porter, the center fielder. Cuts this one through the gap on the right side of the infield between Page and Sullivan. A first pitch leadoff single for Blake Porter.
It looked like Sullivan over there was thinking about grabbing it and then backed off at the last second.
Looked like it might have been in play for either Page or Sullivan and kind of was just right in the perfect spot to sneak between the two. Now here's a guy you don't want to see with no outs and a runner on, Joe Burke. 0 for 1 today, popped out to short in his first at bat in the first inning. First pitch swinging. Hit that one off his foot. That looked kind of nasty. Limping a little bit after that. He's got that shin guard on there. I think it hit below the guard, though. I tell you what, he's got some nice shoes. Those white ones with the orange and green for the Hoppers.
I like it. It looks like almost like them PF Flyers, but they're Nikes. And what better song to have a possible PF Flyers?
I got a pair of PF Flyers at home.
I did too.
I was Benny the Jet Rodriguez 2 years ago for Halloween.
That's amazing.
I bought the jersey. I bought the under T-shirt. I bought the hat. Yeah, had a Dodgers hat. I don't even like the Dodgers.
I don't even like the Dodgers either, but that's awesome. Do you have the Sandlot edition ones? Or do you have just a regular pair?
I don't know if they're the Sandlot edition. I'm going to assume that they're a regular pair because I don't know that they are the Sandlot edition. They're black PF Flyers, so.
Yeah, then I have the same pair. Hang on. If you're not familiar with what we're coming across, is the PF Flyers are a pair of shoes that Benny the Jet Rodriguez wore on Pickling the Beast. Great film, would recommend. And they are a real company.
Classic baseball movie. The wild pitch in the last pitch sent Porter down to second. Burke fouls that one off. He's now got the count at 1-2.
PF Flyers, little history for you. They came before the Converse All-Stars. And they look very
got that
similar.
Same build, that same
build.
silhouette almost.
And they used them back in World War II.
Burke hits this one out to center. Fraley glides in. Quickly gets the ball back in to hold Porter at second.
Next up, the designated hitter number 17.
And their soles are actually made from old tires. BF Goodrich tires. Based out of Akron, Ohio. Here's Nick Kreitzer with one out.
Kreitzer today grounded out to second, back in the second. As we mentioned, has struggled a little bit lately for the Hoppers, why he got the day off the other day. Back on Saturday. So we had the the crosstown matchup, Eastside versus Westside, Mammoths and Hoppers.
Classic.
Kreitzer is a guy who we know certainly has the power. He's been working with Ryan Kotke to really time things up better, get out in front of that ball, catch it on that front foot, in between that front foot and the midline, and really drive it the other way. Swing and a miss there, a big swing. 1-2 the count.
He had a grounder back to Page in his last plate appearance on a ball that was in the range of Marcus Page, but normal second baseman might not have been able to make that play. Ball high.
Porter still out there at second, one down, desperately waiting to come home. No runs in this game so far. Kreitzer hits this one hard to Page, gloves it. Porter will advance to third, and Kreitzer will be out at first. So
does
now
his job.
2 down with a runner on third. Porter just 90 feet away from being the first run on the board. It's a second ground out to second today for Kreitzer. For the Diamond Hoppers so far, it's no runs on 3 hits with 1 error. For the Beavers, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. De Los Santos swings and misses at a pitch outside.
De Los Santos flew out back in the second.
De Los Santos hails from Miami, Florida, 3 seasons in the NAIA at Indiana Tech, 11 home runs, 57 RBIs there. Still looking for his first USPBL home run, spent last season with the Diamond Hoppers. Did have 12 RBIs, a .216 average. Looks at a 1-1, pops it up. Foul territory, Whitfield ditches the mask. Sullivan calls him off and will grab it for out number 3. So another runner stranded, and we've still got zeros on the board here from downtown Utica. We head to the bottom of the 4th on the USPBL network.
There are many things you can rely on in this world, like a sunny day brightening your mood, your mom baking the world's best apple pie, and never a dull moment in running your business. And when it comes to time-consuming HR tasks, you can rely on Tryon. Tryon can handle payroll and taxes, employee benefits, and more, so you can stay focused on attracting and retaining the best talent. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Throughout your life, from big moments to ones well-earned, we're your financial guardian angel. Alliance Catholic Credit Union.
Bottom of the 4th here at Jimmy John's Field, Diamond Hoppers and Beavers. A pitching change for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, so Zach Devin's day is done. He goes 3 innings, 3 Ks, and 4 hits. No runs. Good outing for Devin.
It's been a pitcher's duel all day today on this Memorial Day.
Out there right now, new on the rubber for the Diamond Hoppers is Michael DeSanti, a right-hander, 23-year-old out of West Hempstead, New York. 2 seasons in college at Iona, 2 at Florida Southern. Total college record 4-2 with a 5.29 ERA, 51 total innings, 44 walks, 40 strikeouts. Rates for both of them above 7, so certainly trying to decrease that walk ratio, or rate, I should say. 1 appearance this year, 1 inning pitched, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks. So he had a good short appearance, I believe it was on opening day for the Hoppers. Gets his second chance to showcase his skills here today. He'll start it with Eric Whitfield, the catcher, and then it'll be Naphy Mercedes and Ray Peng due up. First pitch, and they're at 92. Hot start for DeSanti. He's going to throw low 90s, maybe touch 94. Off speed's going to be mid-80s or so. This one's back up the middle, out of the reach of Pup, and a second pitch single for Eric Whitfield, his second of the day.
Having a good day at the plate. Now Naphy Mercedes, the Golden Glove over there at third base. Been a wall over there so far this season.
Mercedes reached on an error from Chris De Los Santos back in the second. Him and Whitfield were eventually stranded that inning, though. Takes the first pitch, ball low. As we mentioned, the Tigers playing today on Memorial Day. They had a 1-10 start at home against the Twins. That game's tied at 1 apiece in the top of the 4th right now. Derek Hill had the RBI as Mercedes takes one sharp in the back at the tip of the 1, and now he'll reach again by virtue not of an error but of a hit by pitch.
And now Ray Peng, with the runners on first and second, nobody out, has the chance to finally put some runs on the board.
Peng in the DH role today, usually an infielder for this Beaver squad, trying to find his role in the starting lineup. They've got some great infielders on this Beavers team. He usually plays third and second. Focusing on hitting today, though. First pitch in there at 92, strike 1. Got to be tough for these Beavers hitters facing Devin, who doesn't quite flash as much velocity, not exactly a power pitcher for 3 innings. And then here comes Michael DeSanti, firing as hard as he can, low 90s.
You got it. Certainly as a batter, you got to change your mindset and change your timing in a matter of an at-bat.
2 on, none out. The 1-1 to Peng. Swing and a miss inside.
Definitely got to be quicker in the box.
Caught him with the fastball low. Back in the second, the Beavers had these exact 2 runners on with nobody out in the same positions. Ended the inning with a strikeout, a fielder's choice that stopped the run at home, and a smart play from Chris De Los Santos at third, and then a pop-out. Peng in danger of striking out again, but he has it even at 2 apiece. That one's high, count now full.
Peng in both of his at-bats been able to work the count into his favor.
The payoff pitch, swing and a miss again. Ray Peng goes down swinging, and Michael DeSanti gets his first K of the game.
Due up for the Beavers is Travius Ward, who had a fielder's choice in his last at-bat.
Ford, like we talked about, has said he's going to use his speed today. He's going to try to steal. The only issue is every time he's come to the plate so far, he's got guys on base in front of him.
That's a bittersweet task in front of him, though.
Big swing and a miss for Ford, kind of stumbling after that one, trying to regain its balance. 0-1.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, though. One out, runners on first and second. You have a little bit to work with here. If you hit one over the shortstop or second baseman's head, that could be a run with the speedy boys on the base.
Wind still relatively consistent, blowing straight out to center. Another big swing and a miss from Ford, trying to catch up to that speedy fastball from DeSanti. The 0-2. This one's hit deep to left field. Back at the warning track. It's out of here. Travius Ford, welcome to the league. A 3-run shot, and the Beavers take the first lead of the game, 3-0.
That was smacked towards the hitting pen back there over by the warehouse. Looks like they got another ball, but that one's a game ball.
Travius Ford, we've talked about his speed, but he can trot slowly around the base paths right now. Take it in, his first home run of the year. First home run as a pro.
That breaks the seal. Now it's Saquon Lawrence.
Steps in with just one out and a 3-0 lead. So the Beavers strike first here on Memorial Day. Saquon popped out to end the inning back in the second. Another guy we'd love to see on base just for entertainment purposes. Has a 2-0 count right now, pops this one up foul. Hughes and Burke are there. Burke is going to grab it right by the Jimmy John's paint on the foul territory grass for out number 2.
Now the top of the order coming back up for the Beavers.
It'll be Tyler Fraley, 1 for 2 today. Reached on a single to center back in the third. Then got over to second on a single from Cameron Collette and was caught out trying to steal third for the first out of the third. Fraley first pitch swinging, popped it up. That's going to be out of play to the left side, up above the Sweets.
Don't look now, but both pitching staffs, both for the Hoppers and the Beavers, have not recorded a walk yet. And now that I mention it, it might happen.
The announcer's jinx. We'll see. Announcer's jinx, as I've talked about with Jeremy, followed me everywhere. I had an announcer's jinx yesterday in a positive way. I was talking about Leandy Castro and how we know he's got this power. We're going to see it. We're waiting on it. In the next pitch, he hit his first USPBL home run way deep over the Chevy Pavilion to left. That was pretty cool. He made me look good. He made me look like I know what I'm talking about.
Then all you have to do is just do reverse psychology, apparently.
Yeah. I've certainly had the announcer's jinx follow me everywhere in negative ways, too. Happens a lot in basketball with free throws. I'll mention a guy's a great free throw shooter, and he'll miss 2 in a row. 3-1 now to Fraley. Nick, I got bad news.
Uh-oh.
It's not looking good.
Not looking good.
The 3-1 way outside for ball 4, and the announcer's
Jinx
jinx
is a thing.
Strikes Michael DeSanti on the bump, his first walk of the game. DeSanti's done a little bit of everything in this inning. Gave up a single to Eric Whitfield to lead things off, then hit Nafi Mercedes, struck out Ray Pang, gave up a home run to Travius Ford, got Saquon Lawrence to pop out, and now a walk to Tyler Fraley. That's where we are, 3-0 Beavers here, bottom 4 from Jimmy John's Field. Cameron Collette in the 2-hole at the dish. First pitch fouled away.
He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single.
Count even at 1 apiece. So with the home run, bolstering a 3-0 lead for the Beavers as this pitch is fouled away, it could be an opportunity for the Hoppers to get to the next pitcher in their bullpen with a couple innings left. We've got 3 innings left here, a 7-inning game. Reminder for you folks that are just joining us, only 7 innings today. There's a 1:05 start on Memorial Day.
There's definitely an opportunity for some of the other relievers, and here goes the runner.
Fraley went, it was chopped to third, grabbed by De Los Santos, throw, Burke scoops over at first, a nice catch by Burke. He's been busy over there on some scoop catches, and that's out number 3 to end the 4th inning, but not before the Beavers can thank Travius Ford for a huge 3-run shot to left, and that's where we stand after 4 from Jimmy John's Field on the USPBL Network.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
Times are tough right now. It feels like the bottom of the 9th and we're down by 2. But we've seen tough times before. And just like baseball has always been more than just a game, Chief Financial Credit Union is more than money. So it might be the bottom of the 9th, but we're the home team, and we've got runners on base. Batter up, America. It's time to play ball.
Three 3-0 Beavers after the Travius Ford home run in the bottom of the 4th. Eric Sandness comes out for the 5th inning, currently only at 42 pitches. We talked about he's going to go as deep as he can. That's going to be around 80 or 85 pitches according to our pitching coordinator in the USPBL, Mitch Akers. So top of 5, 42 pitches. Really good outing for Sandness so far. Might be a full game if he can get there.
Realistically, yeah, it could be a full game. At least get to the 6th inning is his goal.
I think it's likely that if he can get to 6, they'll at least throw James Crick, the closer, out there. Crick was guaranteed to us by Mitch Akers to throw today. But we also thought we might see Jesse Galindo. But nonetheless, Sandness is dealing right now. First pitch strike to Drew Byard. It'll be Byard, Hughes, and Schneider. 7, 8, 9 as we do get a look at the bullpen. There are a few guys lightly warming up. Nobody throwing yet.
This one just a bit outside. 1-1 to Byard. Wind is now changing directions a little bit out there in center field.
Flag, the big American flag in center, swirling to the left side now. This one's hit right to Sullivan at first. He'll wave off Sandness. Step on the bag, out number 1.
Back-to-back ground outs for Byard, and that'll bring up Whit Hughes, the catcher.
Hughes threw out Fraley at third, back in the 3rd. Today at the plate, excuse me, he's got a strikeout in the 3rd inning as well.
Well, the key to Sandness, if he wants to go all 7, he's got to make quick work just like this. Right back to him. Makes a quick out.
1 pitch, 2 outs for Sandness right there.
So it certainly could be a possibility that he might go 7.
3 pitches so far this inning, and he's got 1 batter left. It's Griffin Schneider if he wants to retire the side here in the top of the 5th. Schneider had a single in the 3rd. That was just the 2nd hit of the game for the Diamond Hoppers. They've only got 3 today. The big number 40 on the bump has done well. Initial offering, quickly to short, diving play there. Page the throw to first, a beautiful 1-2-3 inning, a diving play to end it.
3 groundouts. Wow.
The bats were hot in the 4th, and they'll quickly get back up there in the 5th for the Beavers. 3 up, 3 down as we head to the bottom of the 5th on the USPBL Network.
Dunham Sports is a proud partner of the USPBL. Big names, low prices, delivering value since 1937.
At Fifth Third Bank, we're working hard to make banking a Fifth Third better, which means we put 166.7% into everything we do.
I think you can only give 110%.
Well, with free checking, fraud protection services, and an automatic savings tool to help you quickly reach your goals, 166.7% is possible.
Oh, wait till my 8th graders hear about this. They're gonna be like, it's not possible. Well, yes it is.
This is banking, a Fifth Third better.
Time for the bottom of the 5th here. The Beavers lead it 3-0 over the Hoppers thanks to Travius Ford and a 3-run shot to left field back in the 4th. Mia Bishop-Jones, Travius Ford's mom, says, way to hit it, son. 1 pitch at a time. Let's go, number 3, T. Ford. Well, Mom, congrats to you on Ford's first professional home run as well.
And those 3 RBIs to go along with it,
yeah,
too.
Quite a way to start the year. Ford, and this is his first start of the season. He had a defensive substitution in an earlier game for the Beavers, but this was the first time he was out there in the start, first time he got an at-bat, and in his second at-bat, he made use of it. Now it's time for 3, 4, 5 hitters, Page, Sullivan, and Whitfield in the bottom of the 5th. Michael DeSanti still comes back out despite giving up a 3-run home run. Had a strikeout, also a walk and a hit batter in the last inning. Got the other 2 outs by virtue of a ground out and a pop out. The 1-0, low and away for strike 1.
Marcus Page, 1 of 6 hits today, fouls this one straight back. Making 1-2.
Page 2 for 8 this year. Cassandra Lawrence on YouTube says Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to you, Cassandra.
There's some action going on in that Diamond Hopper bullpen.
Someone throwing in each bullpen for the Beavers and the Hoppers. Tell you what, though, with the way Sandness is working, only 47 pitches so far through 5 innings. He could come back out for the top of the 6th if he'd like, as this one is fouled away by Page out of play. Above over the seats, might have been some fans in danger territory there. We hear cheers, though. They're out of our line of sight. We do hear cheers. That's always a good thing. Want to make sure nobody's getting hurt. You know, one of the games the other day, I believe it was on Saturday, there was a foul ball, third base line, hit the top of the suites, and then bounced off and hit a Jeep truck in the parking lot, put a dent in the hood.
You know, that just gives it character. Jeeps are meant to get some dents in them.
Yeah.
Off-roading vehicles. It's like if a person gets a scar from like a work accident or something, gives you a little bit more character, makes it look tough.
Yeah. That last pitch was up and inside on Page, came close to hitting him.
And that one hit him.
And there it is, on a 3-2 anyways.
Way to be tough, Marcus.
So instead of a walk, it's the second hit batter of the day for Michael DeSanti. Marcus Page is awarded first base. So a leadoff base runner for the Beavers. Now Ryan Sullivan 0 for 2 today. Steps in, righty-righty matchup. Righty-righty, DeSanti works the first base side of the rubber. Page hesitated on going. Sullivan fouls it away. Marcus Page, no stolen bases, no attempts this season.
Certainly has the capability of swiping a couple bags this season. The range that he covers over at second base, it's not out of the realm to see him taking a couple extra free bags.
Sullivan a little out in front of that one, 86. Foul tipped away, 0-2. Sullivan was working with Josh Hines. I spoke with Hines a couple days ago. He was really focusing on timing things up and making sure you're hitting that ball. You want to hit that ball between when it crosses between your front foot and the midline of your stance, and making sure you're not getting too far out there early, because that really allows you to load up that power right there in that midsection.
Get that full extension from your upper half and your lower half.
Sure, we'll see that at some point this year for Ryan Sullivan. Whether it will be sooner or later remains to be seen. We've seen it once, not in public or on a broadcast, but he did have a non-public scoreboard home run that went off the scoreboard. The 1-2, cut on and fouled. Squirts away from Hughes back towards DeSanti. Sullivan waits on the 1-2. Runner on, nobody out. Page goes. Sullivan fouls it back. Burke is going over there. I thought it was almost surely out of play. It was actually a lot closer than we thought it might be. Only a feet or so into the dugout of the Diamond Hoppers down the first base side.
Marcus Page had a nice jump on that foul ball. He can certainly, definitely, from that speed, he can definitely swipe a bag.
DeSanti checks the runner Page over at first. Sullivan waiting. Another foul ball. That's 3 this at bat. Despite the 1-2 count, 6 pitch at bats so far, waiting on 7. Win now strongly out to right field, where we saw Ari Sakopoulos hit 2 bombs yesterday for the Unicorns. One of them was over the berm. The other was hit into the berm. And one's way up and inside on Sullivan. It's way past Hughes to the backstop. Marcus Page easily coasts into second on the wild pitch. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat coming here in a moment. Sullivan has been pesky. 0 for 2 today. He desperately wants to get on base. Ground out and strikeouts in the first and third innings. The 2-2. Inside,
swing.
checked his swing, did not go. Count is full.
This is a great at-bat for Ryan Sullivan. Fouling off pitches that aren't appealing to him, but still close enough to be called strikes, and then finding pitches that are not even anywhere near the strike zone.
Page in scoring position with nobody out. The payoff pitch. Page goes to third, swing and a miss. No throw down. So Sullivan strikes out. Second strikeout for DeSanti, but Page gets a stolen base over to third. So now with one out, it's a man on third for Eric Whitfield, who's already got 2 singles today. He's 2 for 2 and a run scored. He scored on the Travius Ford home run back in the 4th. Reminder, if you're just joining us, happy Memorial Day, first of all. Hope you're having fun grilling, enjoying the nice weather. Just a 7-inning game today. 105 start we had. Quickly hit to short, fielded by Pup. He looks Page back to third and makes an easy throw over to first. So after a very long at-bat with Ryan Sullivan, it's 2 pitches and 2 outs for Michael DeSanti. Page waiting on third to come home. Add some insurance to the lead for the Beavers. Nathan Mercedes comes up. He's reached in both of his plate appearances today.
Neither by hits either.
Virtue of an error in the second and a hit by pitch last inning. The initial offering to Mercedes. Fastball up in the zone at 89, a swing and a miss. DeSanti awaits the signal from Hughes. Sets up mid of the zone. That one's high, ball 1. Another fastball up at 90. DeSanti came out hot in the 4th inning, was throwing 92, high 92, 91 with that fastball. It's dipped a little bit. Seems like he's struggling to get it above 90 now.
Still having a great day out on the mound. Besides the 3-run home run. It's been a good pitcher's duel today.
Yeah. Breaking ball fools Mercedes for the 1 and 2. Yeah, Eric Sandus has had a fantastic day so far. We'll see if he comes out for the top of the 6th or not. He's only had 3 hits through 5 innings, no runs. DeSanti on the 1-2, swing and a miss for Mercedes. So first base runner Page reaches by a hit by pitch, gets all the way around to third and gets stranded there. After a strikeout and a ground out and another strikeout, DeSanti gets out of the jam, but still 3-0 Beavers here as we head to the top of the 6th on the US PBL Network.
There are things you can rely on in this world, like your dog being happy to see you, coffee getting you through the day, and the government changing business regulations. And when it comes to navigating those regulations, you can rely on Tryon and its team of attorneys. Tryon can also tackle time-consuming HR tasks like payroll and employee benefits, so you can stay focused on growing your business. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Times are tough right now. It feels like the bottom of the 9th and we're down by 2. But we've seen tough times before. And just like baseball has always been more than just a game, Chief Financial Credit Union is more than money. So it might be the bottom of the 9th, but we're the home team, and we've got runners on base. Batter up, America. It's time to play ball.
So the fantastic day of Eric Sandness is done. Jesse Galindo going out on the pitching change for the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. Sandness finishes with 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 3 Ks, only allowed 3 base runners. A wonderful day for Eric Sandness, less than 50 pitches.
He's certainly proud of this outing, and hopefully the Beavers can win it for him and get him a win in the win column.
Sandness already has a win this season.
Bring him up to 2.
Juan Lopez Rios to face the new pitcher, Jesse Galindo. Galindo, a right-hander, 24-year-old from North Hollywood, California. 2019-2020 was spent at Cal State Dominguez Hills in the Cal Collegiate Athletic Association. 16 games, 14 of them relief appearances he had in college. An ERA above 6, 30 innings, 16 walks, 21 Ks. Strikeout rate of 6.2 per 9. He's behind 2-1 here to Lopez Rios. Just the third at-bat of the day for Juan Lopez Rios. That's due to Eric Sandness getting through the order pretty quickly. Ground out in the first, strikeout in the third. Righty-ready matchup. Lopez Rios inside edge of the batter's box. Waits, hits this one deep left field. Going back as Lawrence stops at the warning track. Ball kind of died into the wind. Wind pushing it out to right field on the opposite direction of that flight. And a fly out to left for Juan Lopez Rios.
Hard hit ball. Like he said, the wind is dying down, or at least pushing in the other direction. The wind has been changing directions a lot today. Nonetheless, a solid strike to left.
It brings up Alex Pup with 1 out. Single ground out today for Pup. Pitch from Galindo is outside and out of the glove of Whitfield.
Pup 1 for 2 today. Has one of the 3 hopper hits.
Want to check that. That's actually not Eric Whitfield. That's the usual starting catcher, Omar Ortiz, who had most of the day off today. He's back in there behind the dish.
Whitfield had a good day at the plate. Had a stolen base, 2 for 3, 2 singles.
That pitch is low. 3-0 quickly to Alex Pup. Something Galindo's been working on. The sidearm delivery has led to some command and control issues. Throws hard, but he's trying to make sure he can find the zone. The 3-0 is way outside. 4-pitch walk, and Pup is awarded first base. It's James Crick getting ready in the Beavers bullpen. Their lockdown closer stands at 6'4". Throws hard and downhill. Likely see him next inning if Galindo can get out of this one relatively unscathed. Here's Blake Porter, quickly down the first baseline, foul of the reach of Sullivan.
Here's some college baseball news. Hometown Michigan team making their way into the Division I baseball championship.
Ugh, don't tell me about that.
I know you're a Michigan State guy. I'm a Grand Valley guy myself.
I will say that Michigan Wolverines a very quality baseball team. They whooped up on my Spartans this year, but did you see one of their pitchers got tossed for a sticky substance in the semifinal of the Big Ten tournament? That was interesting to me.
That's interesting.
This one's slapped down the third baseline, foul by Porter.
He's throwing Vaseline balls out there.
Yeah, I guess so. Porter's got 1 home run this year. The Diamond Hoppers only have 2. The other one is Juan Lopez Rios. They could certainly use one right now. Lefty-righty matchup. Pup over on first. This one's slapped a tough bounce at third. A nice fielded play. Throw over to first, not in time. Mercedes got the out at second for 1. But Porter was able to race his way down to first and reach.
Solid play over there by Nafi Mercedes, adjusting to the quick hop that it was coming towards actually his face, and making a glamorous throw over to second base.
So Porter reaches on the fielder's choice. It brings up Joe Burke. We talked about wanting a home run, and now would be a good time for the Hoppers. Now would certainly be a good time for Joe Burke, who you can kind of see in his body language and on his face the frustrations he's been dealing with at the plate lately. Burke hits this one to left. It might be trouble stepping in as Lawrence. He's not going to get there. It's between him and Collette, so a much-needed single for Joe Burke. Advances Porter over to second. Now 2 on and 1 out. 2 out, for Nick Kreitzer.
Kreitzer 2 ground outs to Marcus Page at second base.
Kreitzer is the lefty. A good spot to have this lefty step in a clutch situation for Ryan Kotke and John Dombrowski. Kreitzer, from 2018 to 21, spent 4 seasons at Arkansas Pine Bluff. 24 home runs, 127 RBIs, 987 OPS there.
Some solid power stats.
Looks at ball 1, count is even at 1 apiece. Had decent walk to strikeout ratio, 88 walks, 132 Ks in 4 years. It's not bad. He's been struggling at the professional level to even those numbers out a little bit. Part of the reason he got the day off on Saturday. Looks at a ball outside, 2-1. This is just the fourth and fifth runners of the day for the Diamond Hoppers. Just the third to be in scoring position over at second. As Kreitzer looks at a strike 2 low in the zone.
Kreitzer's got a choke up on the bat and find a pitch. If he finds one outside, he's going to have to take that over Nafi's head to hopefully score a hopper run.
The 2-2. Kreitzer swings and misses. It's dropped. Easily gloved by Ortiz for out number 3. So Galindo gets out of it in the 6th. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Beavers. Stick around. Final inning coming up on the USPBL Network.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Check your checking. If your account doesn't get you pumped, amped, or geeked, make the switch to Genius Checking from Genesis Credit Union. It's just genius.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. fsbcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood, because strong neighbors mean stronger communities. Where good neighbors do great things. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
New pitcher on the mound for the Hoppers. Like we speculated, DeSantis' day is done. Just one inning for him. It was a big inning. It had 2 hits. It had a strikeout, two hit batters. Stepping in now on the bump is Luke Drummond, 22-year-old out of Temple Terrace, Florida. Right-hander. Faces Ray Pang. Throws a first pitch 89 in there for strike 1. Drummond spent 3 seasons at Birmingham Southern for college. 15 games, 14 of those relief appearances. A 3.63 ERA in 22 innings. Only 8 walks, 21 strikeouts. A strikeout rate just sub 9. A walk rate just above 3. Very talented pitcher out of college.
Delivers one outside. The count goes to 2-1 now on Ray Pang. During the break, we had a well-known Bull Durham Put Me in Coach song came in for the Memorial Day ball game. And we were talking in the break about some of our favorite baseball movies. We've mentioned The Sandlot. We mentioned Bull Durham now. But we've also looked at what's called Bleacher Features, which is the MLB's sweepstakes, just to fill out some of your favorite movies going up against each other and find out which one eventually is your favorite movie. And I came out with The Sandlot against Major League as my top 2 favorite movies.
Sandlot is a classic. Pang broken bat, I think, on the foul ball. That's unfortunate. I believe Ray Pang already had a broken bat earlier this year as well. Now he needs another. He's got the count full at 3-2. First batter for Luke Drummond. The payoff pitch is outside for ball 4.
That is the first time Pang reaches today. All 3 of his at-bats so far have been full counts. Knows how to work the count. Now Travius Ford will step in with the deciding factor in this game.
Ford had a 3-run bomb to left field back in the bottom of the 4th. He's 1 for 2 today. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Still counts as an offer. Big swing and a miss there. He had 2 big swings in the 4th. You could tell he was swinging for the fences, and finally he found him on the 3rd swing. He's got, as you mentioned, the deciding runs today. Pang over at first. Drummond looks at him, working the first base side of the rubber. Ford hits this one to center. Going back is Porter, stopping just in front of the warning track and making the grab is Porter for out number 1.
He didn't even get all of that. He's showing off his true power today. Also, the balls are flying out of the ballpark this past weekend. But he half swung that, and it went all the way to almost the warning track.
Ford, someone that Von Joshua has described as very talented, has a lot of skills, but a very raw baseball player. Needs to be molded a little bit. He's looked great in his first start, though. Juan Lawrence, 0 for 2 today, looks at a strike 1. That one's outside from Drummond for ball 1. Drummond this season only has 1 other appearance, had 1 inning pitched. No walks, no runs, no strikeouts. Big cut on and miss there from Lawrence.
Now the flag's out there in left field looking limp.
But the American flag in center is stiff with the wind as Lawrence ducks out of the way there. That's an interesting mix of the two over there. Usually the flags in left are blowing more than the American flag because they're smaller, lighter.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
Now they're picking up speed, blowing to their right. The 2-2 to Lawrence, hit hard to third. Stumbling is De Los Santos. It gets past him. Pang is going to go all the way to third. That ball died into left field. He'll get down, and Lawrence coasts into second easily. Runners at second and third now with one out for the top of the Beavers order.
Next up, the center fielder, number 9.
Fraley reaching base twice today, once on a single, once on a walk, and now he's got runners on second and third. 2 men in scoring position. This could possibly be a 5-0 game with one base knock.
Fraley already has a single today, reached with a walk in the fourth, struck out early in the first. That single came in the third. So they award Lawrence the hit. It was a tough play for De Los Santos, especially after he stumbled, so no error. De Los Santos has the only error today for the Hoppers. First pitch swinging. Burke throws down to home, and he's out. Good tag by Hughes. Pang went for it. Lawrence advanced to third, and Fraley is safe at first. Smart play by Burke, quickly get it to home. That's the second time we've seen that today. The second fielder's choice where there was no force out and a play at the plate and a good throw from the infielder and a good tag by Hughes.
Absolutely, Brendan. These corners for the Hoppers are absolutely dynamite when it comes to being stingy and not allowing base runners to advance from third to home on an infield hit.
So Pang, the second out of the inning. As Cameron Collette, the number 2 hole hitter, steps in. 1 for 3 on the day. Fly out, single, ground out.
Stolen base to pair with those.
This one's hit up the middle. Pup charging. Fields tough on the transfer. The throw to first is not in time. He's safe, and Lawrence scores.
Solid bang-bang play over there. Pup double clutched over there.
Collette did a nice job to hustle down the line and beat the throw. It was going to be close anyways, but Pup struggled on the transfer a little bit, and so it's an RBI infield single for Cameron Collette. So now Ryan Kotke is going to come out and talk to the field umpire. It's a short conversation. We don't have instant replay capabilities. There are no coaches' challenges here.
Cody Stevenson now stepping in for Marcus Page.
Stevenson, the pinch hitter today. First pitch swinging foul. Stevenson, a middle infielder for this Beavers team, coming from Maricopa, Arizona. Spent 3 seasons from 2017 to 2021 at Mission College. No home runs in college, no home runs so far this year. Only 3 plate appearances this season for the Beavers. That pitch, backdoor breaking ball for a strike. Fouled again. Stevenson behind 0-2. So Lawrence scored on the infield single from Cameron Collette. That makes it a 4-0 game for the Beavers. It's Collette at first, Fraley at second. Stevenson looks at the first ball of the at-bat low below the zone.
Collette's speed over there allowed the run to come home, or else this would be the end of the inning and would be in the top of the 7th now.
The 1-2 is outside, ties up the count. Reminder, only 7 innings today here on Memorial Day Baseball at the USPBL at Jimmy John's Field. 2-2 outside, count is full, and with it only being 7 innings, and not that we're rooting for a team, but the Beavers being the home team and leading right now, if they were to be in this position after the top of 7th, Nick, you and I and all of our listeners and viewers are saved because we don't have to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game for the middle of the 7th because there wouldn't be a bottom 7.
You're welcome, viewers.
3-2 runners go, and Stevenson swings and misses on the full count. So we head to the top of the 7th. Last chance for the Diamond Hoppers. They trail by 4 here from Jimmy John's Field.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms, and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC. Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
There's nothing better than a ball game at Jimmy John's Field and a cold beer from Midland Brewing Company. Hi, I'm Kyle, the head brewer at Midland Brewing Company, here to wish you a stellar time making memories at Jimmy John's Field. And we hope that you're living it up with a Copper Harbor Ale in your cup. You can find more of our selections here at the ballpark and around town at your favorite bottle shops too. We hope you have a ball at the game, and remember, enjoy responsibly. Let's play ball.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
On to the bump for the Beavers with a 4-0 lead. James Crick, the handy-dandy trusty closer, 23-year-old local from Spring Lake, Michigan. 5 seasons at Hillsdale College for him, was 7-8 there. Played in 44 games, only 8 of them were starts. ERA just above 7, almost 100 innings, 54 walks, 92 Ks. That's a pretty good ratio. Very well-liked reliever, I should say, closer. He's been looked at by the Twins, some other major league organizations. It's the impression that he won't be here too long in the USPBL if all goes well for him. He's got 1 appearance so far this year, 1 inning, a strikeout, no hits, no walks, and got the save. Not a save opportunity here, but a chance to close out the game for the Beavers on Memorial Day. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters, De Los Santos, Byard, and Hughes. Check that, though. Walker Paz pinch hitting for Chris De Los Santos right now.
So then it would be Paz, Byard, Hughes standing in the way of victory for the Beavers.
It's been a quiet game today. Pretty good pitching duel between the two squads. Just the one blemish came from the Beavers when DeSanti gave up the 3-run shot to Travius Ford, and then also a run in the 6th.
Take away the home run, it's only a 1-run game.
It's 3-0 to Paz right now. Crick gets one over the plate. Low and away for strike 1. Paz fouls it away. Count is now full. Walker Paz, the lefty middle infielder for the Hoppers, spent one season back in 2019 at Dallas College Northlake. Had 4 home runs in that season there. Fouls the full count away again. Paz this year, just 1 for 7. Does have an RBI, 1 walk, but 5 strikeouts to go along with it.
Count is now full on Paz.
Hits this one up to second. There to make the play is Page. The throw to first is not in time. Paz beat it out.
Wow.
Looked like a very routine play. Over at second, that was Cody Stevenson, actually, who pinch hit for Marcus Page. And he wasn't able to make the play, and Paz advances just how you want to start the inning. Get on by any means for the Diamond Hoppers.
Part due to the reason why Paz is on base is half because of his speed and half because Cody Stevenson did not charge the ball and was kind of laid back on the throw.
We've seen a lot of balls do that in this longer infield grass as Byard shows bunt and pops it up foul. But this infield grass appears to be a little bit longer than they maybe would like. Some balls tend to die in that grass a little bit before they can get to the dirt into those infielders. Byard today, 0 for 2. Pitch from Crick is outside. A ball and a strike on Drew Byard.
Had some good movement on it.
Crick throws back to first. Paz, that was close, but he's safe. Sullivan wanted the call, thought he had it. Sanders had a few close ones. Pickoff throws back to first when he was out there as well. Haven't had any stolen bases today for the Hoppers. One runner, Blake Porter, advanced on a wild pitch back in the 4th, but that's it. Pitch is outside. Ball 2. The 2-1 from Crick. Low and inside, 3-1.
What Crick needs to do here is just let his defense work. They've been working for him all day long. The Beavers' defense has been top-notch throughout this entire game. Haven't allowed a run. Here's
2-2.
A dying quail.
Left field foul. Nobody can get there. Out of the reach of Mercedes and Lawrence.
They have speed. They have great gloves out there in the defense. They can get a quick ground ball here. They can make it 2. And be 1 out away from a W.
Paz waits on first. Byard, the payoff pitch. Checked the swing, went too far. He did. Strike 3. First strikeout for James Crick, and the first out of 3 necessary for the Beavers. Now Sean Lawler will pinch hit for Whit Hughes. Lawler trying to get back into this lineup for the Hoppers defensively. He's played in their last couple of games, but he's struggled with some injury issues in the arm. He's an outfielder for the Hoppers. Hasn't been out there in the past 2 games. Had the day off today. Pinch hitting right now. He's 1 for 5 this year with 2 RBIs, 6 walks, and only 1 strikeout. A good ratio for Lawler early in this season. Has it even at 1 apiece. Gave you the Tigers score earlier. Checking in on it right now. They're tied with the Twins 4-4 in the bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. Derek Hill, Willie Castro, Spencer Torkelson, and Jamer Candelario all have RBIs today for the Tigers. That pitch low and away. Nice location by Crick for strike 2.
Is that Bo Brisky on the mound for the Tigers today to start?
Not sure. It was Bo Brisky. He went 5 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and 4 Ks. The Tigers called up Cody Clemens today. He didn't start, but he is available if they want to use him in the latter parts of that game. Pitch from Crick, 2-2.
Speaking of games, the next game for the USPBL will be coming up for June 3rd, the Friday, between Eastside and Westside. Of course, every Friday's Firework Classic.
Shot up the middle is a single. Paz advances to second. Clutch hitting by Sean Lawler. And with 1 out, there's 2 runners on, and the Hoppers are threatening here in the top of the 7th, their last chance.
That was a good piece of hitting from Lawler. Something, keep it short swing, keep it in play. Nothing too fancy, right back up the middle. Now they got a runner in scoring position for Griffin Schneider.
As you mentioned, Nick, Friday is fireworks night. Saturday on the 4th will be classic rock night between the Woolly Mammoths and these Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. Gates open at 6. First pitch is at 7:05. Live music from the Michigan Government and Schools Credit Union. Presented by 106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels. Come on down for Classic Rock Night next Saturday.
Love some classic rock music.
Here's Griffin Schneider. He's 1 for 2 today. Had a single in the 3rd, ground out in the 5th. Could desperately use another single here with a runner in scoring position. He's got it 2-0, now 3-0.
Love to jam to some Van Halen or some Def Leppard.
You know, I did a remake of Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard about the U.S. Constitution for my political science final this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You can check it out on YouTube. It's called Pour Some Constitution on Me.
Nice.
And I am not ashamed of it. It's embarrassing, or it should be. The vocals are bad, but the quality of the music video, the lyrics, the songwriting that me and my roommate did when we put that together was superb.
I did one of those parodies of Wake Me Up When September Ends. So here's a shot to right
Shot
field.
down to right field. It is foul, curving away. Would have certainly scored Paz. He was already around third by the time that ball landed.
I did a parody of Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day, but it was about all the three different types of rocks, the igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic.
Wow.
That was back in middle school, though. That was a long time ago.
The 3-2, chop to third, Mercedes back, throw to second for 1 is high, so everybody's going to be safe. Tough play for Mercedes. The throw to Stevenson was too high. Stevenson, it's of note that he is shorter than Marcus Page, who was over at second all day. I'm not sure if Mercedes remembered that or not, but now the base is loaded and the tying run steps to the plate. And Juan Lopez Rios, a guy who we talked about, the Hoppers haven't shown a lot of power this season. This guy has one of the 2 home runs they have this year.
Certainly not out of the realm for a tie game here. And the crowd is certainly wanting to see a homer.
Takes first pitch inside edge of the zone, strike 1.
Good breaking ball.
So at third is Paz, at second is Lawler, at first is Schneider. Everybody reached by virtue of a single. Both Paz and Schneider had infield singles. The only out this inning came by virtue of a strikeout from Drew Byard. Lopez Rios has it at 1-1 with 1 out. Crick, first base side of the rubber, throws outside, ball 2.
Mercedes playing deep and Sullivan playing close for bases loaded.
Everybody pretty much straight up in the outfield. Infielders as well. The 2-1. Hit down the third base side. Mercedes steps on the bag for one. The throw to first is there, and that ends the game. Nafi Mercedes redeems himself after the errant throw to second. Steps on the bag for third, gets two, and that ends the game. The Beavers win this one on Memorial Day, 4-0. Nick, great showing by the Beavers, and how about Travius Ford? What a day for him.
Absolutely. This was basically the deciding factor in today's game, the 3-run shot. Way out to deep left field, back to the warehouse, and it was just, that's all they needed to win. And the Beavers have another W in the win column, and hopefully they can keep this momentum going against their next opponents coming up.
Ford's shot back in the fourth was a 3-run homer. That gave the Beavers their first and only lead of the game, and they would hang on. A shutout 7-inning game on Memorial Day for the Beavers over the Diamond Hoppers. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Stick around. We'll be back with our player of the game, presented by Jimmy John's here at Jimmy John's Field in downtown Utica.
Times are tough right now. It feels like the bottom of the ninth and we're down by 2. But we've seen tough times before. Our founders were forged from tough times. People that believed that maybe, just maybe, if people helped people, we could all rise up together. For 80 years, that's what we've done. While we can't tell you what's going to happen, we can tell you we are going to make it through this together. And when the dust settles, we'll still be here. Just like baseball has always been more than just a game, Chief Financial Credit Union is more than money. So it might be the bottom of the ninth, but we're the home team, and we've got runners on base. Batter up, America. It's time to play ball.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Want to hit your home cleanup project out of the park? Well, making sure that your driveway is safe from damage? Rent a rubber-wheeled trailer from GFL and keep all of your bases covered. Our trailers come in 20 and 30-yard sizes for all your cleanup needs. Call GFL today to order your driveway-safe rubber-wheeled trailer. Team GFL, helping you win your cleanup project.
How do these business owners find the time for peace of mind? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with Tryon, one of the nation's top professional employer organizations, provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and its team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Sports is a proud partner of the USPBL. Big names, low prices, delivering value since 1937.
Throughout your life, from big moments to ones well-earned, we're your financial guardian angel. Alliance Catholic Credit Union.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
Welcome back to Jimmy John's Field for our post-game interview. I'm Brennan Shabath, joined alongside with our Jimmy John's player of the game, Travius Ford. Travius, your first professional start today, your first professional hit was a big clutch 3-run home run. How did that feel?
It felt pretty good. It was a tough at-bat at first. I seen 93 up, swung through it. I was under the ball. Next pitch, he threw it right there again. Very high spin rate, swung through it. So I just decided to get on top of something, stay soft, and it just ran into my barrel and ran out the park. So
I'll say now, if we're being honest, your first two swings, like you talked about, they were big ones, fell even a little bit off balance, but you caught it on that third one. We talked about it a little bit off air. It was a windy day. The wind might have helped you a little bit, but I think that one was probably gone no matter what.
Yeah, most definitely. I just had to stay short and to the ball like Vaughn preaches to us and stay on inside and on top of a baseball, and good things happen when you do that.
So we talked about on air with Jeremy and with Nick today, and you and I talked before the game about your speed. I saw it in spring training. I think you might be one of the fastest guys in the league, and you and I talked about the ability to maybe show that today. Got on twice, had runners in front of you. The other time was the home run. Didn't get to show it. What can we expect, though, when you're on the base paths this year?
You can expect me to get to third base in 2 pitches, 3 pitches or less. I'll be right there in front of my third base coach. So,
any plans to steal home at all this year if you get the chance?
I'm ready as soon as I get the opportunity.
Well, the first thing you said to me when we talked pregame was Happy Memorial Day. Your mom was watching today. Happy Memorial Day to her as well. She was very excited. Anything to say to her watching right now?
Hey, Mom, I'm here because of you and all the sacrifices you've made. Thank you, and I love you.
Well, happy Memorial Day to you and your family as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on this Memorial Day here at the USPBL. That's Travius Ford. I'm Brendan Shabath for Nick Matthews and everybody at the USPBL Network. Happy grilling. Happy Memorial Day.